Welcome to the Unlimited Auto Wash Podcast. Get ready to discover the secrets to keeping your car looking spotless and new. Here's your host, Kevin Dalton, owner of the Unlimited Auto Wash, ready to make your ride shine like never before.
When business slows down, how do you keep the water flowing? In this episode, Kevin Dalton shares the strategies Unlimited Auto Wash uses to stay steady, rain or shine, boom or bust. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Sophia Yvette, co-host / producer, back in the studio with Unlimited Auto Wash owner Kevin Dalton. Kevin, how's it going today?
Good morning. Thank you. Going great. Going great.
Great. That's so great to hear, Kevin. So, everyone wants to know, how does the company handle fluctuations in demand due to seasonal or economic changes?
Sure. Well, certainly we have our high season and our low season in South Florida. Our high season busiest months are January through maybe middle of April, kind of dependent upon when Easter hits. Right after Easter, I think a lot of people go back to the Northeast. So we do slow down for the summertime. We'll adjust our staffing. We no longer are able to do overtime during the summer months. We luckily we don't typically get water restrictions down here, so we don't have to cut back on that. But our seasonal traffic does die down quite a bit, substantially, probably about 30%, 40%. However, a lot of that drop is because of weather. The rainy season hits, and we just can't pay people to come and get a car wash. So our business does suffer because of the rainy season. But if you give us 2 straight weeks of great weather during the summertime, our numbers will come up substantially and be close to those of January, February, March. Third, we start preparing in October for the November, December increase. We do our hiring in October. We typically bring on people that have even been with us before, that maybe moved over to landscaping during the summertime and they flip back to the car wash during the wintertime. And because they really like the tips and they offer great service. Those young men and women are just phenomenal employees. We've got some that have been flipping back and forth for 8-9 years now, and we really appreciate them coming back to us. But we try to send out more specials via email and so forth. Unfortunately, it's really hard to spend a lot of dollars on advertising during the summertime because, as I said, even with coupons and so forth, they really don't work during the summer because of the rainy season. So people just don't want to come in and get their car washed.
Understood. Now let's get into some of those membership perks during those slow seasons. What specific perks do you offer members during the slow seasons?
Certainly. Well, during the summertime, we'll throw our customers, our members rather, some really good discounts. Occasionally, we may send them a good, we'll tell them, let's say, from this date to this date, come in and we're going to give you a great price on a hand wax or a detail. We'll have an occasional member day where they'll get a free upgrade to the next wash just to get them in so they can leave a nice tip for our employees. We do some giveaways occasionally. Unfortunately, with the tariffs, that might be a different situation right now, but we'll work around that. But we go out of our way, above and beyond for our members. They're our lifeline. We do a lot for them, and they do a lot for us. So we really appreciate them.
So, Kevin, what kinds of weather data influence day-to-day operations?
Well, we like to hear we're in a La Nina because it is drier in Florida when that's the case. We do a lot of 10-day forecasting with a few different applications and websites we use, and we try to maintain our high techiness and being able to predict weather because it really matters. If you've got a chance of rain, say at 11 a.m. all the way through 4 p.m., that typically means we'll probably close when the first round of rain hits. for the day. And but if it's not going to rain until 3 or 4 or even 5, we'll stay open until that time and make a decision then whether we're going to close. And of course, we're probably the only car wash business in maybe even all of Florida. I'd probably say that. Maybe even in the southeastern United States that actually updates Google. So if you aren't sure if that car wash is going to be open because of rain, you just Google the Unlimited Auto Wash and your city, Unlimited Auto Wash, for example, Jupiter, and it'll come up and let you know whether we've just closed or not, or whether we've been closed. Unfortunately, it doesn't post a time that we closed, but at least they won't make that drive there and find out we're closed and then go to a competitor because it says they're open and they're closed. And so they're not making the rounds. So at least they know. And we always let our customers know, always check Google. We update it continuously.
One final question for you today, Kevin. How do you train staff to adapt to these demand shifts?
Okay, so they are pre-wired with the notion that during the season they're going to be able to work 40 hours plus a week, and they want to. Believe you me, they want to. Those young men and women really appreciate the tips as well. So not only if they can't work a full 40 hours, not only are they out there base pay, but they're also out tips. So they understand that. That's why some of them, as we mentioned earlier, move over to landscaping during the summertime, because that allows the other employees here to continue to work at 40 hours rather than having to cut everybody back to 30 hours or so. And so it's we've got like I said, a great group of people. They understand our business as well as we do when it comes to off-season, inclement weather, hurricanes. They know what's expected of them. After a hurricane, they're going to come in and help us clean up the facility, not only our facility, but the facilities that might be right around us. Because if we obviously need to look good to be able to open, but if they look good as well, it only helps our business and our business relationships with those owners as well.
Wow, well, love it, Kevin. Thank you so much for all of that helpful info. We'll catch you in the next episode. Have a fantastic rest of your day.
Well, thank you very much, Sophia. Good talking to you.
Thanks for listening to the Unlimited Auto Wash Podcast. Keep your car looking its absolute best by visiting one of our 6 convenient Palm Beach County locations or by heading to unlimitedautowashclub.com. Remember, at the Unlimited Auto Wash, we make you look good. See you next time.